The podcast you are listening to of Holmberg's Morning Sickness is brought to you by my friends at Eric's Family Barbecue in Avondale. Meat, mesquite, repeat. Trust me on this one. You've had barbecue before, but you haven't had it this good. Eric's Family Barbecue in Avondale, ericsfamilybbq.com.
Eric's Family Barbecue has arrived and is simply the best barbecue in Arizona. Come satisfy your taste buds with meats that are smoked over mesquite wood and sides that are made with fresh ingredients and tons of love. They have the best, juiciest brisket, pulled pork, rib sausage, turkey, or everyone's favorite, the Pitmaster sampler that includes all the meat and 4 sides. Mac and cheese, potato salad, coleslaw, corn, or beans, yum. And for dessert, try some creamy banana pudding, amazing. Eric's Family Barbecue in Avondale. Meat, mesquite, repeat. Make the trip, you won't be sorry. Dine in or take it to go. Go to ericsfamilybbq.com for more info.
This man needs medical attention.
Holmberg's Morning Sickness.
The old method of treatment for a person in this condition was to throw him in jail.
98 KUPD.
Thank you, Whistle and friends. It is, Brady just pointed out it's the May the 4th thing, and I don't even find it cute anymore. May the 4th be with you.
What? Why not?
I don't know. It's just, it's over. That's done. That's kind of
no way.
Yeah.
Over?
No, it's a thing. It's just
part of our lives, man.
I know, not every year though. It's not. I mean, nothing. When nothing's actually going on May the 4th be with you.
Oh
it's
no,
not,
they've got to figure it out because you roll out the sales of Solo.
Oh,
tickets,
sure. You got your
Solo.
Solo
It'll be programmed for the next 5 years.
Disney's got it figured out.
Yes.
But us just wandering the streets doing the May the 4th with that, we had that part. If you have like a big event, yeah, sure. If you got nothing and you're just doing it, you're just you're grasping at it. It's kind of a
I haven't heard of
anyone
anyone throwing the big parties or doing the
and that would be fun.
Level.
Well, it's a Friday night.
This weekend you double dip because then you got Cinco
tomorrow.
Yeah.
You'd think that you would have like a May the 4th be with you party, but nobody ever does. They just say it and then think they're being clever, and it's like it's not even like it's kind of an every thing.
Maybe you'll go watch your favorite Star Wars movie tonight.
No, probably not. Although Brady pointed out that the Star Wars by state has a popularity, like they've broken down like your searches and rentals and whatever, and people searching out. Arizona, congratulations. You fell into the list with Maine and West Virginia as the only states out of the United States whose favorite Star Wars movie, according to this algorithm, is Return of the Revenge of the Sith.
Oh.
Which is nobody's favorite, but as a state, that's the one we attack. Go figure that out.
The most popular was Empire Strikes Back.
Because it's the best
20
one.
states.
By far.
Then the Phantom Menace had 11 states.
I still don't get that one.
Wow,
Phantom
really?
Menace. See, the only thing is that could screw that up is that the search engine changed how often that was looked for, because that was brand new when Phantom Menace came out. So it probably got looked into quite a bit, and that's the first time they ever leaked information about a movie on the internet.
It's definitely skewed.
Definitely skewed. So
I mean, Revenge of the Sith is the best of the crappy ones.
Well,
that's
what
about
they
it.
based it on was Google Trends.
yeah, you can't base the old ones on. Nobody's going to Google A New Hope.
Alaska's the only one who likes Rogue One the most.
You see, I could see Rogue
One
One
was
Rogue One
cool,
could be in
man.
there before any of the Lucas 3 that sucked so bad through the 90s.
Rogue One is like one of my favorites.
It was a good one. It was a really, it had a detailed characters in it. It had a good story. You knew where it was going, and it still was entertaining. It's like Apollo 13. You knew how it ended, and it was still edge of your seat stuff. You liked Rogue One because they were forced to kill a few people. They were forced to get rid of a few people. They had to, and you just didn't know who was going to stick around and who was going to disappear. But you had a feeling...
Nobody stuck around.
That's what I mean. You had a feeling that the main people in this movie couldn't live, and so you watched to see how do they get rid of them. And are these the people that we're following that are the ones that are going to get us to the next thing? Great. I loved Rogue One. I thought of the movies, it was in the it was in the realm of the first three.
That's the one problem with Solo is like you see in the previews, like Chewie's about to hit a rock.
Yeah, he's okay.
He's going to be all right.
Don't put Chewie in peril in Solo, or Han Solo for that matter. That would be great if they killed Solo in Solo, like if he died.
What?
Wait a minute.
Like there's no continuity at all to the thing. Well, what are you going to do? Solo's dead. What? Yeah.
He was a Force ghost the whole time.
He died in the prequel. In fact, when Kylo stabs him, he's just stabbing a ghost man.
An Infinity Stone took him out.
Yeah, who knew? Yeah, he gets hit by something from another series. The Infinity Stone's got him. But we'll genesis him off to another planet and we'll bring him back to life. Wait a minute, you're comboing every Star movie. Whatever.
Everybody else in that movie could die.
Why not? Yeah, you're going to kill off a ton of people. But Solo and Chewie, They can walk through fire in this movie, and everybody's like, don't worry about those two. There is zero peril for them.
The Mother of Dragons looking pretty hot in that movie, too.
Yeah. Well, she's got the curse of being really pretty. So it's going to be tough to ugly her up. She's got the same thing Margot Robbie's got. You can try to dress her up like Tanya Harding. I still see Margot Robbie, and it's still okay, even with the bad hair. Yeah. Mother of Dragons, she's going to make it through most movies pretty good. Charlize Theron is the only one that shocked you. That Smoking Hot Piece did Monster, and you're like, wow. I cannot see anything but that disgusting Eileen Wuornos with her.
Even the lesbian scene you didn't like very much.
When I was told, I still remember to this day, there's a nude scene in the new Charlize Theron movie where she gets naked with Christina Ricci and they have a lesbian scene. I'm like, where do I buy early tickets for this incredible cinematic dream?
And then she's got the another one with the girl that was the Mummy, the most recent Tom Cruise Mummy. That
she gets naked in that?
And has a sex scene with her.
Theron does?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. Well,
Charlize Theron was in The Mummy?
Was she naked?
No, the other girl that she's with was the one from The Mummy.
Brady, you have to be more clear here on this. It wasn't Christina Ricci
It was a spy movie, or she's basically... I just saw it the other day.
It's happening.
It's coming to me. Ginkgo stat.
Oh, wait, sorry. That was a word avalanche. It turned into the Rocky theme somehow on my computer. I don't know why that worked that way.
So it wasn't Charlize Theron
or Christina Ricci, but you're thinking about a lesbian scene. You got to get it off your chest because we're all very curious now. The girl from The Mummy had a lesbian scene, totally unrelated to our conversation.
The first Mummy, Rachel Weisz?
No, the Tom Cruise Mummy that I...
Oh, jeez, nobody
saw
that one.
Totally unrelated to what we were talking about.
I think that's the scene you're thinking about, maybe.
From Monster?
No, that...
How can I think of a scene I haven't seen? I think of lesbian scenes a lot, but half of them aren't real.
I can't believe...
Yeah, this is terrible.
We love you, Brady.
We do, Brady. You know what? Get the cool rack. Get the cool rack out of the... Marked for Brady emergencies only. Man. Break the glass, Toledo. Lay down, old man.
Brain freeze!
So here's the ladies in...
The Mummy. Help us out, because now it's out there.
Annabelle Wallace?
Never heard of her.
Sophia Boutella?
That's her.
That's sure?
Her. Oh, yeah.
You're just saying that to get out of it.
No, that's her.
What does that have to do with what we were talking about?
A lesbonic scene.
Oh, my God. There's so many, Brady, if you're going to mention just lesbians.
Atomic Blonde?
Atomic Blonde.
Oh.
That's the
what
one.
What does that have to do with the Mummy?
Wasn't even the Mummy?
I
Don't defend this.
She
just
had
admit it.
The lesbian scene with the girl from The Mummy, Charlize Theron, in this Atomic Blonde.
You said it was in The Mummy.
Atomic Blonde just got brought up by Toledo.
Yeah, Toledo's the first time we heard Atomic Blonde was Toledo's voice.
I couldn't remember the name. I was trying to remember the name of the movie.
This is not our fault. You just need to sit back and go, I was unclear. My apologies. Just
it's a much better scene than the
Brady,
Christina
just
Ricci.
say the words. I was completely unclear. I never mentioned Atomic Blonde. I said Tom Cruise The Mummy the whole bunch. And we actually even said Charlize Theron was in The Mummy. No, but that's the scene you're thinking of. From The Mummy? You could have said no from the other movie I can't think of with Charlize Theron. That is not what happened. It was very unclear.
Did you see Atomic Blonde?
I saw the first 10 minutes of Atomic Blonde.
Yeah, I don't think that's a good movie,
it's not very good, no.
I watched a few minutes,
Good
too.
Lord.
I was out.
Gosh, don't come in here. You're going to catch it.
You can catch it? Oh, my God.
Yeah.
The Mummy?
It takes time. No, Brady. You'll never catch The Mummy.
You guys clearly did not listen to me.
No, we didn't.
Very clear.
Yeah.
We listened all too well.
She had another scene with the girl from The Mummy.
Well, we have our
but
Brady
you didn't
square
say
for
from The Mummy. You said in The Mummy. You said, Tom Cruise is The Mummy. What is that? What does that have to do with what we're talking about? You didn't once mention the other movie. Had you brought up the other movie, it would have been clearer. All three of us are on the same page here. We're not trying to get you.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
We need to bring back...
You honestly thought you were clear?
No, I was trying to explain... But I kept getting questions from the gallery.
It was our fault.
I was trying to answer that.
It was our fault.
It is our
Apologize to
and
Brady
that's exactly
immediately.
what I'm saying. It's your fault. I'm glad we understand that.
All right. Well, all the listeners they were evidently interrupting you, too, because they're like, what in the hell is he talking about?
I think we're on the same page now.
Yeah, we're
now,
good.
because thank you to Toledo for bringing up Atomic Blonde.
Toledo.
Yeah.
If you wouldn't have brought that up, we'd be in
we'd
trouble.
have never known.
Nonsensical
Well,
Brady
there's a
in the
still
center.
shot from the scene that's been on his mind forever.
That's what he's been thinking about.
Hey, I'm down to check it out. Thank you, Brady.
Yeah, thank you, Brady.
Pretty good scene.
Yeah, now that we
I think
can
you'll enjoy
actually-
it better than the Eileen Wuornos, Christina Ricci.
Yeah, for sure. You know what I didn't enjoy more than that? You know what I'd rather masturbate to?
Me?
Yeah.
What?
You trying to figure that out, because it is a struggle. Your little jugs bouncing around. Face turning all flush.
Oh.
Yeah. Just
Good
for
thing it's the
God's sakes,
weekend.
Brady, spit it out. It wasn't the Mummy. It was Atomic Blonde.
It came in really late.
No, that happened at 6:26, which was 4 minutes ago.
Oh, that's all he heard was the Mummy.
All right. Bottom line is you were very unclear.
Came in late.
Very unclear. Very unclear. By the way, I was thinking of you last night, Brady, and how close you were to being swallowed up by a volcano.
Yep.
Yeah, Brady was on the Big Island when there was a hurricane. That is an earthquake. The only time you actually were in peril during the event. Like you were on that boat that crashed, but you were on it a year before it crashed, the Costa Concordia.
Right.
And I was on that boat. Stories are legendary and great. But you were actually at the Big Island when the earthquake hit about 7 or 8 years ago, maybe longer. I don't know. Might have been closer to 10. But last night I'm watching the news, and they're like, they're evacuating the Big Island in a lot of spots because Kilauea has decided not to erupt, although it did eventually. But it found holes in the ground and started to bubble lava up through fissures that it was making on the fly.
And we flew over it.
Right. We were almost in this mix. Yeah, in 2005, we flew over this.
Yeah.
That was what I was going to say. I was crying last night. I'm like, oh, you don't know how close I was to dying, Megan. It's just 1/10 of a century ago, I was over that thing.
And we were explaining to people about the vents.
That was a different side. We were on the other end on the vents, but the Kilauea thing is starting to go. But the dude that was on the news last night explained it. He goes, that just sounds like there's a train constantly coming at you. Like if you can imagine just rocks tumbling in a dryer, that's the constant sound that's going on. And I'm like, who needed to tell you to evacuate? That's a volcano. Your backyard just opened up bright orange. It sounds like there's constant rocks in your dryer as a sound in the air.
Hot.
It's time to go. Yeah. And he's sitting there goes, I guess we got to evacuate. Like, yeah, really? You didn't do this on your own volition? You didn't want out of your house? So they showed it, and this line of orange just goes out of the ground. And it was it wasn't a hole. Now it did this. Now Tulio's got the video up. It started to smoke out the top. You move. So, but the weirder part is if my backyard ever opens, I'm not a poltergeist guy. I'm not the guy that's going to stick to my investment when there's dead bodies popping out of the pool.
I don't remember. Is it like Phoenix where, if you're up on the mountain, you have the best houses?
No, they stay away from that. That is a barren area. No.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought there were houses around
for the marathon.
There
are.
There were.
Yeah, there used to be.
A lot of them were eliminated. Then one guy survived. They show you in the helicopter trip that we did. He didn't leave, even though the lava went around both sides of his plantation.
And they had that lava whore that comes and visits a home and saves you if you're nice to her or whatever. I forgot her name, but she's this ancient South Pacific goddess of volcanoes that she'll come visit you. And that's why you're supposed to be nice to everybody when the volcano's going, because any stranger that comes visit you might be this lava whore. I forgot her name. And if you're,
I don't think that's the god you're thinking.
What it is.
Lava whore.
No, she was in The Mummy. She was
Butella. Yeah. Her last name's Butella.
No, it's Nutella, and she comes and delivers delicious chocolates. But she comes to your house, and if you help her, then you'll be spared. But if you don't, she'll crush your house with lava.
Whoa.
So yesterday they're doing that. So it just started to kind of like normal. They showed this normal backyard, like this outside this backyard in this preserve, and it had just opened up and a river of molten lava is going through. And the dude's like, yeah, you never know. I'm like, no, you know. It's time to go. So then last night the cap went off, so it's going to go any minute now. It's got some.
You think the Pompeii exhibit ever goes to Hawaii?
Yeah, as an example. It's like, guys, seriously.
Warning.
You don't want Pliny the Elder to tell your tale later on. Pliny was across the way going, man, a lot of people are dying over there. Probably a stupid time to stay. So they've got tons of houses. They're evacuating 10,000 people from this area that lives on the base of the mountain. I don't know. Flagstaff is a volcano.
Yeah.
It hasn't.
If it started smoking.
If it started to smoke, it wouldn't take like some authority figure to say, hey, it's time for us to. I'd be already in Sedona.
Come on. You know those guys would be like, how long we got?
Yeah, I'd be blazing south, and I don't think I'd stick around within 900 miles. I'd find an out. Well, I got to go to work. You'll lose your job. Guess what? My job's not going to be there in a couple days. I think I'll have to find work somewhere else anyway.
I used to love that Mount St. Helens movies from the 80s.
With Art Carney.
With the old people that would stay.
Guy.
Art Carney's
I ain't leaving.
The real story of a guy. And what happened to him? He got eaten by the mountain. It blew him off the mountain. I've lived here for 85 years. That mountain's been all right. Well, dipstick, it's going to blow. You guys seen that movie there with the Mummy, the Tom Cruise, and the girls being all lesbonic?
It's awesome. Just comes a time you just don't want to move.
Is that it? You just got too much
he's
stuff.
done.
Yeah.
Really?
I ain't moving. It's a pain in the ass. I got so much stuff in that storage shed. Sir, when we say move, we're not saying find a nice new location, bring all you leave, and all your stuff stays. Grab a box of the most essential things.
Yeah.
I ain't going nowhere. I want those people. I'm one of those few people that wanted Art Carney to die in that movie. I'm like, it's time for you to go, old man. You're hindering the process. You're causing these poor guys who have to investigate this thing to constantly go back to your house and get you out and put themselves at risk. Get out.
Well, my dad was that guy during the hurricane.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
He wouldn't leave.
And part of me just wanted his roof
Something
to
awful
fly
happened.
off.
Yeah,
I don't know what.
Because you're like me.
Just
And
scare
now
him
that
a
he's
little.
staying.
Yeah. Fine. Because he now thinks he's impervious to the weather. He now thinks that'll survive anything. And then next time, one of these times, he's going to stick around and a cat's going to fly out the ceiling.
I told him you're so lucky because the eye was headed your way and it just veered off a little bit.
Yeah.
If it would have stayed on its course.
I talked to him about it when he was here for your birthday. I'm like, man, you got out of that thing. The thing bounced off. The news told me it wasn't going to hit us. I'm like, yeah, but it didn't do anything the news said until hindsight kicked in and said, well, they were like one of their 18 models. They picked the one that was in there. It was supposed to hit you. You didn't know. I had a feeling. It doesn't matter, Rick. I had a feeling the weather wasn't going to kill me.
He talked to his cats. They weren't running.
Right.
Yeah. What's he going to do with the cats?
The cats were clung to a ceiling fan just trying to get to higher ground. The cats will do that now and again. I had a feeling. I just had a premonition. I had a dream that I was here tomorrow. Oh, Rick. Oh, Ricardo. But he was right, so it's hard to argue with him. Either way, people are very concerned in Hawaii. I have a friend who has got family in Hawaii and stuff like that. So they've had a tough year with false nuclear threats, and now this volcano's decided to fire up again. It's pretty sweet. But that one's going. This one strikes me as when the ground starts to bubble with lava, that means it's backed up. The bitch is ready to fly.
Yeah, hopefully it doesn't do the St. Helens explosion, because last time I think what it does, it just comes
blew the side of the mountain
there, and
it
then
blew
just,
it up.
Yeah.
So and St. Helens
bubbled.
was.
Remember, you see
It
the
just
bubbles
bubbled,
before it bubbled up, and then it blew.
The
Then
rock
it
started
overflowed.
to flex.
Blubber.
This one, as far as I've ever known about Kilauea, it just kind of, and it started to shoot 150-foot lava flames last night. But the scary part is now all those fissures that are out there just laying on flat ground, those can fire too. So at any given time, your backyard can just go and you can have a geyser of lava. It's just not worth it. It just doesn't seem, the views are nice and all. They don't even have beaches in the Big Island. It's too new. And it's because that damn volcano's beautiful, but we'll rebuild. You know where else has nice golf courses? Tucson, of all
They're going to have
places.
some nice elevated tees.
Tucson's a dump, but if we're looking for golf courses, Tucson's in the running. And just don't get those ocean views. Yes, the views are nice. If the views from your house were nice, but next door, Jeffrey Dahmer lived with the Golden State Killer, and like every serial killer ever lived next door. And there were locks on the door, so you felt pretty good, but every once in a while one would get out. It wouldn't be a very neighborhood. Some reason we will take views next to a deadly mountain. Well, how often is that going to go off? One is all it takes. It doesn't really matter how often. It's once. It's nice. We can visit it from a
There's
distance.
something about when you land on that island, and you're like, are we on the moon?
Yeah, it's weird. The Big Island's strange. There's no beaches. The beaches that are there are green and black, the craziest color, and like neon orange.
Yeah,
like
the
reddish
Emerald
colors.
Beach.
Yeah, and they have that green one and the black one, and the we went to the black or green. I don't remember.
Green.
We walked to the green one. It was really weird because it looked like someone scattered those dumb wedding sand things where we're uniting each other via sand color. Like, oh, for Christ's sake, who came up with this genius idea to charge people $800 to go dig up sand and color? Either way. But it looked like that, like somebody's bad wedding sand had poured out all over the ground. And
we found out later it's just the green. It's old Heineken bottles.
yeah, it's just ground up bottles from the Howleys. But there's no good beach on Kona. It doesn't seem to be. The golf courses and the views, that's about it. Right? And Jurassic
they
Park.
had to make those.
That's it. Yeah, they had to build the golf course, which we can build again.
In Waikoloa, the
resort's
there
nice.
had a nice little lagoon area.
Lovely lagoon.
Yeah.
You know who else had a nice lagoon? Universal Studios.
Yes.
I can find stuff that doesn't neighbor a volcano. Just doesn't seem worth it. But either way, good luck to those folks over at the Big Island, because that one is that's spooky. When your backyard opens up with earth fire, time to go. And if it opened up with earth, wind, and fire, then you got something going there. That would be pretty neat if they just popped up out of the ground now and again. Now, that would raise property values if EWF came flying out of the ground.
And
That's Philip Bailey.
gonna do a solo stuff. She's an easy lover. Yes. Earth, Wind, and Fire just came up out of the ground. The volcano's about to go. When they're done, we're leaving. Yeah, I just don't know why it takes authorities to evacuate you. I would be ready to go. Immediately ready to go. What would you take with you, Brady? Obviously, the Mummy. It would go in a DVD player, and
for sure.
What are the things you grab out of your house?
Kirby.
Oh yeah, that's
family.
You're right. I didn't know you need to be reminded of that.
Sorry.
Yeah.
How much time do we have?
Let's say Camelback surprises all of us.
And you got to go.
Ready to go.
Camelback.
You've got 45. That's the only one we got. We got 45 minutes, and it's going, baby. All the butt, the head, the back, it's all going to blow. 80-mile radius. We're in big trouble. What do you grab out of your house, other than your family, obviously? And if not,
yeah,
every man for himself kind of mentality.
Whatever. I guess whatever. If you have cash or something like that, you take that. Some clothes.
Your best can.
No, leaving that stuff.
Leaving the cans?
What?
Even your best one?
You would all the collecting and all the fighting you've had over those stupid cans. You wouldn't even take a Huda Poo, whatever you always talk about.
What's the good one?
One of those tin metal ones. It's not going to survive it.
Huda Poo gallon can.
One of those cone tops.
Yeah. Then you find out that
shoe.
Your neighborhood didn't do so bad, and there's Gilbert looters that are swiping all your Hootie Pools.
They're living large.
Living large. It took them 6 hours. They got $2,000 worth of merchandise.
The pets.
Yeah, you got to get the pets packed. Living things, obviously.
Yeah.
But, is there anything in your house that you would, you got to get?
Because people always talk about taking their family photos and stuff like that. I don't know if...
we don't need to do that
It's
nowadays.
in the cloud. You should have that in the cloud.
Exactly.
Do you not have it in the cloud? Get your family photos in the cloud.
You can take your laptop.
Yeah, grab your laptop. I think that's about right. I don't know. Well, that's what's great about living here.
Necessities.
Other than just a house fire, we very rarely face the idea of having to evacuate our homes here in Phoenix.
Don't have to worry about an art collection.
No, well, you do actually. All those racist pictures are that's bad if they find that and know that it's yours. You should probably
got rid of those a while ago.
Yeah, but he's got them in the garage. He never parts with anything. Have you seen it? He got cans, for God's sakes, weren't even his. You've got those paintings still.
I think I have 2 of them.
Yeah, the good ones. So, but if your house,
I'll hang them on the outside.
If you died in a volcano, you wouldn't want people thumbing through your garage going, "Oh, racist."
So this is
you got to take those
Brady.
with you.
I'll have to review.
You have to take
material.
Those. You got to think about what they'll find and the story that will tell about you and your passing. You know, that's why I'm so open about all that the sex stuff.
Yeah.
You know, like at the Sibian and all those things.
Well, that's why I'm
my house
fine leaving.
And be surprised.
They can look through that stuff. And
yeah.
Yeah.
So you're all right with that? Even the racist, the racist art.
Yeah.
All right. Just checking.
Because that's not,
it is
part of history. That was part of history.
So slavery, though, but you don't want slaves in your garage either.
Well, I don't. That's why I don't have to worry about.
But you've got those. They're kind of racist photos. That's why you can't hang them. Those pictures are. Ronnie's like, we can't have those in the house.
They're out there. I mean, they're. And what they are was a business at one time. That's not being.
Right.
You're not hanging out being a.
There's been a lot of businesses that aren't allowed to be businesses anymore. Just saying. Maybe you want to get rid of those. Take them with you at the very least. Those are precious commodities. You don't want that telling your story. When we found it, because that's what they'd focus on. He had racist memorabilia in his garage.
But they'll find that I also have other labels up there that aren't racist. I mean, there's also.
Do you think they ever focus on that? When's the media ever gone, let's be fair here? He had a lot of Libby's labels.
Again,
yeah.
they can.
But that's the tale they tell.
Becomes a witch hunt on that.
Don't allow it, Brady. Don't allow it. Get those racist photos and put them in Laser's garage. If you're half a brain in your head, you'll put those racist pictures in Laser's house. Hey, man, what happened here? I'm still alive. Boo, racist. See? No good, yeah? Either way. I don't know. I'd take a couple things, probably history things for me, but like
you take your Teddy.
Take Teddy. Teddy's in. Teddy's made it as long as I have. Teddy's older than me. He's 46. Teddy's in. Outside of that, just the dogs, Megan, maybe the Sibian.
Weapons.
And a gun. Gun is a good one.
As many weapons as possible.
Yeah. Do you have anything? Anything in your...
Guns, money.
Guns and money.
Yeah.
That goes without saying. Yeah, guns, money, a laptop.
Maybe my my autographed Anthony Rizzo ball.
I got to wonder if I'd get nostalgic as I'm running out for any of the...
Well, if I could grab a few things.
Yeah, I would end up like...
Richard Dent football.
Steve Martin from The Jerk. I'd have, my Jack Ham helmet. I can't leave without that. That's all I need. It's Jack Ham helmet, my dogs, Megan, and this gun.
Well,
wait, there's my Antonio Brown helmet. I need that.
If I got time, I mean, come on.
You've got an hour.
We're not taking any of that Kalen's room. That's all dolls and...
Yeah.
That's not working.
She's not attached to anything yet. She's not old enough. You've got attachments in life. My Rizzo picture.
Yeah, come on.
It's autographed.
You can't get another one of those.
By the Riz with
Your
Megan.
Boom Boom Mancini gloves.
I got Boom Boom. I got Tyson. That's true. Good Lord. Brady got me Boom Booms and some Tysons. I'm going to pack up when I get home just in case that Camelback blows. Either way, the good news is
that's
Phoenix,
why people design those Get Out bags. And
but you're a real flip-out artist if you've got a bug-out bag in Phoenix. Nothing happened, nothing here. Nuclear holocaust is all you got to worry about, and that can happen anywhere, so you shouldn't worry about it. You live on the floor of a volcano, you better have that box packed and ready to go at all times, just like these people in Hawaii. 100 earthquakes since Monday, kind of warning them. But maybe things aren't so stable here on the Big Island.
We got that monsoon season, John.
Yeah, I know. Well, did you see that? Yesterday the news was talking about their haboobs in India right now. Killed 30 people. Yeah. And like, these storms are getting stronger. I'm like, no, they're not. You have 800 million street people living in one town. The haboob's going to kill a few of them.
Yeah, it depends
on
where it hits.
You know where it killed them? Out in the rural areas where they live in these like dilapidated shacks, and most of the people that were killed from the haboob
blown down by a
got
person.
hit by debris,
corrugated metal,
or crushed by their own house. So it's not the storm that got stronger; it's the people got too many and started building lean-tos and living in them. When the storm blew it over, they died. Anyway, good luck, Hawaii. We're all counting on you. I don't see it happening. Is Deadpool out this month?
Yeah, the 18th.
Yeah, it's like the next couple weeks, right? So you got a few good ones coming out. Solo, Deadpool, The Avengers still out. That's going to dominate again this weekend. All right.
Seen The Avengers yet?
No, I might go this weekend. We'll
I don't know. It might get crushed by the rebooted Overboard.
Yeah, that'll be good stuff. I can't wait for that. Chris Pratt clearly winning that divorce. Because Anna, what's-her-name, is in that thing, and that's not going to be any good at all.
Yeah, her career's going to go down the crapper.
I was going to go The Avengers.
It was already kind of in there.
It wasn't that good. The Mom show's not bad, but it's still not.
You think that's why he divorced her for real?
Of course it is. That's exactly why Hollywood divorces happen. His star is shining much brighter than his wife.
Couldn't handle it?
I don't know if she could handle it or not, but his agent probably said, she's dead weight. You want to get rid of that? You can get a much better star.
Well, it was that whole Jennifer Lawrence thing for a little bit.
Exactly. He had that because he banged her in that one movie they did together. No doubt about it. Too many hot people doing love scenes together. They can't. The chemistry was there. And then it's like the Brad Pitt and Jennifer Aniston thing. He started to get so big, and she was just some TV girl. Like, yeah, you're hot and all, but...
I don't know. She's doing
her
pretty good.
No, not Brad Pitt style. Especially back when they were together. She was doing terrible movies, and Friends was...
But she definitely has recovered, and she's done...
She's still not Angelina Jolie
she's
level.
Not, she's not an Academy Award-winning thing. She's not at that level. She's a middle actress. She's not in demand. You get Angelina Jolie's directing movies, and Jennifer Aniston directing movie, people would giggle. Yeah, he escaped right on time. It's a good move. A lot of times that happens. You dump the dead weight for the better star, and I think Chris Pratt will end up with somebody much better. Channing Tatum, same thing. That Jenna Dewan and him, about equally yoked there for a while, and then boom, 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 he hits about 3 in a row and looks at her like, are you doing anything other than dancing? All right, we're going to have to get rid of you. He gets rid of her, he'll move on to something better.
Well, it was a good 12 years, or 13.
Yeah, a nice run, but he's surpassed her, and, that's got to be tough.
Why haven't you done that yet?
Because I'm still, look, this is an overachievement on my end in this deal. Why hasn't she left? We're not talking about finance. We're talking about, there's a certain level. If I was Channing Tatum, if I was Channing Tatum and the disparity in income was what it is, I'd be out. But I'm not Channing Tatum, and Megan's still around. I can't figure that out.
Maybe you get Mo over there. She's a star, too.
Mo to my house?
Mo.
No. Not attracted to Mo. So Megan works out for me beautifully.
Star on your level.
No. Star on my level. Megan's a bigger star than Mo. More people know about Megan than Mo. Just from our show. No. Now, Dustin, that's different. Those tiny little shorts, I'm curious. I'm certainly Dustin curious.
Mix it up,
Yeah.
How he got his balls in those pants, I have no clue. I want to actually watch the origami he had to do to get his nuts into that pair of pants.
Very impressive. Either way, some guy says my wife's over there in the Big Island right now. Oh, well.
Landlocked.
Yeah, one of Lisa's friends is getting recommendations on which island to stay at.
Yeah, the Big Island. Got a great resort. That Hilton is beautiful.
Talk about timing. If you've been planning your Hawaii trip for a year, like a year.
You got a year in advance, and you're like, no runs. And they were pretty cool to me that time that hurricane hit Florida, and I was going to go see the Cubs play in Miami and then jump on over to the islands, the Keys. And a hurricane came, and we waited until like the day before because the airlines were like, don't worry about it, we'll get you there. I'm like, I'm not sure I still want to go. The Cubs canceled the game. I'm like, this isn't good. Everybody refunded everything, even non-refundable stuff.
That's good.
Trip was supposed to go to Cuba last year, right before they shut it down, and that hurricane hit, and he couldn't go. They refunded everything, too. Even Cuba was like, this is the moral thing to do.
Even Cuba.
Here's your $50.
Yeah, here's your 38 American dollars.
We have
for
your
your 1 month stay.
Okay.
Your 1 month stay. Here's your $38 and the promise of 6,000 Cuban cigars is in the mail. Either way. It's 6:48. Let's get it. What do you got up there in the big board of musical treats?
Wake Up Song brought to you by ELOteam.com. If you want to list your home with us, great time to sell right now. Teachers will get you a discount. Also military.
Teachers discount?
First
Teachers
responders.
want to get out?
Yeah, teachers looking to get out.
The hell do they need a discount for? They just got the raise.
Well, maybe they'll upgrade.
Maybe they need to move.
They're going to get an upgrade now.
Discount, schmiscount. Teachers, you're paying full pull.
Well, we'll see.
Full pull.
It's up to them to distribute.
Yeah. Full
The
pull.
government said, here's your money.
Here's what we do.
You figure
That's
it
the way
out.
it's always been. Full pull. Teachers.
We got Soundgarden up here, Outshine, Bring Me the Horizon, Smashing Pumpkins. How about Prong? Whose fist is this anyway?
Beautiful.
I think it's for Ian.
Yeah. And the answer is, who cares? Congratulations, teachers. Nice job. You got yourself a deal. You're back to work today. We had kids in the office yesterday.
Did we really?
Yep.
Who did it?
Candace brought her kids in, and I made them say which one they thought was the favorite of Mommy because one of them had to go. And there's two kids sitting there, and one of them staring at me. I'm like, all right, which one? You know which one it is. Which one is Mommy's favorite? And Candace's like, I don't have favorites. There's no favorites. I'm like, you know which one Mom likes better. And the kid goes, she does have a favorite, the boy. I'm like, is it you? It's not you? You got to go, kid. Go stand outside for a little while. It's like, why? Because we can't have kids running all over this building. You go outside. Mommy doesn't care. She saves the girl.
Hold this sign.
She saves the girl. If there was a volcano and you could take only one kid, you had a Sophie's choice. Candace, the boy's out. And even Amy sitting next to her goes, I didn't even know that she had a brother till just now. It's like, see? She didn't even talk about you at office. You got to go. And he's laughing. The kid had a good sense of humor about it. But, yeah, I started bringing kids to the workplace yesterday. I had to put a quick quiz on that and make sure that they knew they weren't welcome.
I'm surprised that only one person did it, huh?
Yeah.
Just
well,
Candace.
And then Candace showed me. She goes, I wouldn't have done this, but last night I got a text at 5:40. It said, school's in tomorrow. And then another one at 6:45. It said, no, it's not.
Yeah.
So every arrangement she tried to make got canceled. So I couldn't really blame Candace. That's kind of garbage on the whoever's firing off those texts. That's crap.
Things were changing.
Yeah, by the minute, evidently. So they got their deal done. Teachers, you're no longer littering our streets like homeless. Congratulations. You are officially Red for Ed. Now, I love the fact that this childish Red for Ed kind of thing that started originally with the teachers, which is great. The teachers did a good thing. They got their little thing. Now, purple for parents was a thing. And parents would wear purple just because alliteration is key. Because they were like, look, I'm so sick of hanging out. And the one lady they interviewed last night's like, I have 7 kids and 3 of them are special needs. Which is basically like,
she's done.
I've overextended myself here. I need people to watch these things during the day. I can't do this all day long. I've had too many, and half of them can't function. I can't do this alone. I don't know what I was thinking.
I pay my taxes so they watch my kids.
I have pushed out 7 children so I didn't have to watch them all goddamn day. With summer looming, this is just unexpected.
Think this is easy?
That lady ditched her 7 kids that she can't watch and stood in purple with 14 other people in front of a school that was empty, screaming out, please, for God's sakes, they're drooling on everything. my house is drooled and carpet now. 7 kids?
Can't take it anymore.
How is that anyone's fault but yours? This is absurd. I've got 7 children. What am I supposed to... First off, not have 7 kids if you're going to be, bitching about it later. I thought they were the joy of your life. You never give them up for anything. You're actually picketing against keeping them in your house another day.
Get them out.
I love my kids, but
You took the time last night to have your 7 kids sit quietly while you made a big poster board that said, knock it off. I can't take this anymore. Don't get me wrong, they're the loves of my life, but if I have to spend one more goddamn day with them, I'm going to burn this school down. Purple for parents. And there was about 10 other ones. And surprisingly,
Purple for parents.
there were like 9 dudes who evidently got their kids this week. It's like, well, normally it's a Mother's Week, but she had work. So I got them. Can we fire up the schools again real quick? Because this is a pain in the ass. I didn't really how much. I didn't like them around 24 hours a day. I don't want them here all the time. That's designated for July. My month of July, I get them every day.
and
I
that's
like
when I
coming
go
home
on
at the
business
end of the
trips.
day.
Right, and that's when we take the trips, and then I give them with the au pair or something. Purple for parents. The purple for parents was just they'd been squeezed down to a bruise by their 7 children. Yeah, there was a teacher last week that said, I've got 5 kids. How can I make it on a teacher's salary? Not anybody's fault but yours. Then the purple for parents lady's got 7 kids. 3 of them need help all the time. That's your fault, too. Don't bring how many kids you made as your argument to why you can't do it. That's your fault. I've got 145 cats. How can I afford cat food? Well, that's nobody's fault but yours. So shut up. You don't have a cause. I mean, I couldn't put the dick down all the way through my 20s, and I paid for it with 7 children. The schools have to be open all day long, or I'll go nuts. Your fault.
Money's for the classrooms.
Right. Purple for parents. I like that. Because they just, we need a catchy alliteration. Purple for parents. All right, close enough.
What about us?
How about mauve for moms? Because they're idiots. Stop it. The red for ed was the first one. You can't hack that. You can't go out and hack the color thing. We've got a catchy alliteration and a color, too. Great. Parents can't go on strike from their own kids, although that lady was 7 of them. I could see why I'd march around my house with a sign that said, hey, ho, 3 of you have got to go.
It's a slap in the face. You realize what's going on now.
Oh, my God, they're all here at the house at the same time.
What did I do?
There's 3 of them that are wheeling all over. I got to set up a 4-wheel drive track for 3 of them to keep them busy. The other 4, I don't know what to think of them. I'll make signs. Hey, ho, 3 of my kids have got to go.
I do not feel sorry for those people
None.
at all.
Not at all. If you bitch about how many you had and why you can't make it,
I don't care.
I don't either.
F
That's
you.
your fault. I
don't want to hear it.
I'm going to have an indigo for irresponsible people. We'll wear these light blue shirts and walk around going, put the dicks down. Wear rubber. Your mouth can do it too. Use your mouth. I'm going to go out to the Purple for Parents rally with my indigo for irresponsibles.
Put it in the butt.
It is amazing because
Butts don't make babies. Butts don't make babies.
It just happens so
for
fast.
seniors.
The 7
Oh
children.
yeah, over 8 years or 10 years. It's so fast.
Yeah. What is a hyacinthia? Is that the rose called hyacinthia for
Hyacinth?
hyacinth? Maybe, I don't know.
We're handicapped?
For the handicap. No, for other holes.
Hyanthia.
Hyanthia. I can't think of
the
an
hell?
H color. It's a crayon. I used to always look at it and go, it's red.
Heather,
Is heather a color or is it more a thing? Either way, knock it off, Purple for Parents.
Well, you've got Hollywood cerise,
No, that's...
heliotrope, harlequin, Han purple.
what color is Harlequin? Like 3. It's the Neapolitan of crayons. Either way, I'm glad this is all over. But Red for Ed, you won. You came up with the first catchy color thingy. Nice job. And it wasn't even alliteration. The R in 4 carried over to Ed. It was Red. It was a rhyme.
Red Fred.
Red Fred, yeah. Purple for Parents. There's 9 of them that hate their kids so much they actually picketed to get them out of the house. This is my favorite thing I've seen in a long time. We hate our kids. Put them back in schools. You get paid plenty. Either way, butts don't make babies. Brown for butts. You've got too many kids. Put it in your butt sometimes. What, that's a god? Well, then quit bitching. God's blessed you 7 times over. I thought this was the gift of a lifetime. I've been blessed with 7 children that I just can't tolerate. Unless it's after 4 p.m. and Mommy's had her wine.
And he will provide, right? You have many
Yeah,
things.
if you're one of
God
those people,
provides.
isn't he supposed to? Sometimes that's a letdown. I got to be honest. Sometimes when you have 7 gods like
That
Jesus.
doesn't mean you don't have to do anything.
All I picture with that is that God comes home with one of those old-fashioned 50s lunch boxes. Honey, I'm home. I can't keep up with this. I'm trying to provide for you. I thought if I just asked. Put the dick down. There's your H colors. Han purple, Harlequin, heliotrope. Hollywood cerise. What are you in, Pittsburgh paints? Those aren't crayons. I don't know what that is. Either way, congratulations to the teachers. Bottom line, that's good stuff. Guy said, let's just kill the alliteration and call it brown for anal. Just confuse purple for parents people.
B for A.
You know what would have stopped your problems with the schools? If you'd have gone back door that time.
Anise.
Yeah.
Well, there's your A. Alizarin
Alizarin's good. Alizarin crimson.
for anal. Amber for anal.
All right, we get it. Let's not celebrate it.
Arizona's most powerful rock radio station. KUPD.
You've been listening to Holmberg's Morning Sickness Podcast, brought to you by our friends at Eric's Family Barbecue in Avondale. Meet, mesquite, repeat. Eric'sFamilyBBQ.com.